Hey there traders, thanks for joining me for this video. This is Jeff from thestockbandit.com, and in this video we're going to take a look at the favorite stock of active traders and many investors alike, which is Apple. Now there's obviously a cult-like following around the products, and this company is clearly sitting on a mountain of cash. However, the stock has really been suffering of late. Since this thing cleared the 700 area, it really was unable to get free and clear that zone. That really corresponded with the release of the iPhone 5. And since then, we've seen the stock just really continue to work its way lower. Every little bounce has been sold, and this thing just continues to struggle. Now, since then, off this high of 705 to tonight's close at around 543, this thing is now down $162. And that's pretty significant the way I see it. It's also down 23%. So that's pretty significant as well. And those who have been looking to buy some kind of a dip in Apple, well, you're certainly looking at one here. But does that mean that this is a wise entry? Well, let's just take a look at the chart. Let's let the chart really point to the fact that at this point we don't have evidence yet to suggest that this correction is over with. Now, in the short term, we have a little bit stabilized here above this 533 area that we found right here on Friday of last week. So that's kind of the low here that we've been holding above, and we're just narrowly above that. We've got this unfilled gap up here to 582. That was the day before the election, and so maybe in the short term you can sort of trade against this low, and maybe you see an attempt to rally back up and possibly fill that gap. However, that's pretty cute. That's kind of a cute trade and not really something that you want to count on seeing. At this point, this thing has failed to hold 700. It then came down and broke this 655 area. It rallied right back up and failed to reclaim it on a test of it. It tested this rising trend line, which was began in May. It ran through this July low, and then in October we saw a break there. And since then, every little bounce has been sold. So this thing has really struggled. Now, we've seen a little bit of a temporary pause down here, but this thing still has potential to continue lower. In fact, if I zoom out on the chart here, you can see that there's a gap down here from 420 up to the 440 or 50 area that's pretty significant that still has yet to be filled. So what really needs to take place in order to sort of make the coast a little bit more clear for Apple is this thing needs to rally, and then it needs to pull back to create some type of a higher low versus this area that it's currently holding. That would create a much better risk-reward scenario other than just stepping out in front of all this weakness here and hoping that you're timing some kind of a quality entry and maybe you're getting the lift that you're wanting to see. So this thing, yes, it has come a long way, but you know, the fact is it's still in correction mode, and short term maybe you can trade against the low, but it's really just looking like a pause here and just kind of a rest before the downtrend continues. If you're going to be in Las Vegas this week for the Traders Expo, I'll be there too. I'm going to be speaking on Friday at 1:15. I'd love to see you there. Other than that, thanks for joining me for this video. I will have more for you soon, but in the meantime, trade like a bandit.